Hi, and welcome back to Aesthetically Pleasing Podcast. I'm your host, Deshawn, and then today I have my lovely guest.
Cole, DC, whichever one you want to call me.
And what's your Instagram? Just in case they want to follow.
So Rich. But my Instagram is So Rich, and that's so.r1ch2.
Okay. And you can find me at The Real Dream Girl _ on Instagram and Deshawn Roberts on YouTube. So today we're going to be talking about grief and dysfunctional families.
All right.
So what does grief look like to you?
Oh, man. You never know. It's kind of indescribable because you could be grieving, but you could still be smiling, functioning normally, your day-to-day tasks, around people, dancing, drinking, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Because it's the fun or leisure activities to you. And the whole time, you're sad deep down inside.
So do you think grief is like functional depression, if that makes sense?
Now, yeah, I heard of it before, and I think that's very much so true. Like, that's a real thing for real.
So, okay, so dealing with grief, what are some things that you would do to get out of it?
Oh, man, I ain't even gonna lie. I'm gonna have to go with pray. Talk to God. And oftentimes I kind of just like reflect on the good memories that I had with my loved ones. And that's it. Just be around love, spread love, you know what I'm saying? Be open to receiving love. And that's pretty much it.
Have you ever grieved someone who's still alive?
Definitely.
I feel like so I recently got baptized a couple weeks ago.
Oh, that's what's up. Congratulations.
And I feel like I'm grieving my old self, if that makes sense.
That's a
So
good
it's
one.
like I'm letting go of what I used to be, and I'm making room for what is to be. And sometimes I catch myself like wanting to go back, but I know there's more ahead, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So I think grieving comes in different ways. You can be grieving your old self. You can be grieving loved ones that have passed. You can be grieving old friendships. You can be grieving old partners. Like, grieving isn't linear. Like, it's a whole process.
Most definitely. So you mind if I ask you questions too, or?
Go ahead. You got
Oh,
the question.
Okay. So how did you know you was ready to get baptized?
I feel like God was convicting me. Like, every time I was out drinking, every time I was out doing stuff I was not supposed to be doing, he was right there like, you know you're not supposed to be doing that, or I have like a bad feeling.
Okay.
Or I always say, like, if I'm confused about it, I'm not going to do it.
Okay.
Because that I don't have a clear answer, so my discernment is telling me no, basically.
All right. So then,
Go ahead.
so when did you know you were ready, or like when did you know today is today, or next week is next week, or the month? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, next month is the month.
I had just went out with my friends. And I woke up the next morning with a hangover, and I'm thinking to myself, like, dog, like, why? And it's not even like a bad hangover. It's like you wake up the next morning, you just feel you know how you could feel what you did yesterday, if that makes sense. And I was just like, I don't like feeling like this. Like, I don't like it. Granted, I still do drink, but I drink in moderation. I don't do too much as I used to.
Okay.
So, so I woke up, and I like to, whenever I have a lot on my mind, I go sit on my balcony, like outside, and I lay down because I got like a rug. So I lay down, and I was on my phone just like talking to ChatGPT about my feelings.
It's a real person.
And I had got a text from the church that I, give tithes to, and sometimes I go to, and they was like, "Oh, we doing baptism on this day. Let us know if you want to do it or whatever." And I was like,
Wow.
I want to do it off rip. Like, I want to do it. And I went. I ain't tell nobody either. I told 2 people. I didn't tell my parents nothing.
Okay.
Because I feel like if I tell too many people, it's either not going to happen, because sometimes people are not happy for you when you want to do certain things.
True.
So the day of the baptism, I told my sister, she had came with me, but I just told her off a whim. It wasn't like hey, come with me to get baptized. I said, I'm finna go get baptized on Sunday or whatever. And she was like, oh, girl, I'm coming. Like, what are you talking about? So she comes.
That's real nice.
I'm in line getting baptized, and I feel like I want to cry. Like my body is so. It's like it was on vibrate. Like it was just so emotional, and I was trying not to cry because I'm not a wimp. I don't want to cry. And I'm in line. I'm going, and then it's my turn to go, and the man like, come on. And I'm shaking because I'm like, okay, it's my turn now. So I get in the water. Water's ice cold. And then, they say prayers in your ear and they ask you like, oh, do you accept your Lord and Savior Jesus Christ? Da, da, da. And then I went underneath the water and came back up, and it was just like, this is so emotional. So I ain't stayed for the worship service because I was like, I want to deal with this on my own terms, if that makes sense. So I went home. And I told my parents I had got baptized. They gave me like a certificate. I went home and I really like cried to God, like, okay, I'm letting you take the wheel, like,
Yeah.
So that's what happened.
So just one more question, if you don't mind, right? So it sounded like you didn't hesitate when you got that notification. You just knew, right?
I just knew.
So my question is, like, you ain't never think like, dang, if I do this, I can't drink no more. I can't party no more. I can't curse no more. I can't, you know what I'm saying? Like, you really just got to walk in a straight line because got baptized, you know what I'm saying?
I did think that at first. I was like, I got a cold turkey everything. But when I started, I was like, yeah, this is hard. Like, I was just telling my friend the other day, I said, I thought hookah was going to be hard to give up. Baby, it's the liquor. It's the liquor. Because it's like, you at work, and then it's just like, oh, I want to go have a little drink when I get home. Now it's like, I just went out. I don't do too much hard liquor. I do champagne, or I do like maybe a shot or two. I don't do too much because, baby, I can drink. So it's like, I don't really do too much like that. Okay. And then the cursing thing, I very much try not to, but our place of work definitely makes you want to curse. So I just take it day by day, honestly, and I try to give myself grace.
Yeah. Most definitely, because just as everything else in life is, it's a process, your spiritual journey, whatever, personal growth, everything. So, well, yeah, congratulations again. That's what's up.
Thank you. Thank
Good luck.
We're going to go to the dysfunctional family side.
Okay.
So when did you realize that your family may or may not be dysfunctional?
Oh, man. Probably like, give or take, maybe my sophomore, maybe even my senior, between my sophomore, I say, and my senior year in college, like when I was really, you know what I'm saying, getting older and starting to learn the way of life and trying to figure out, A, B, C, and just understanding things as everything unfolds. Probably like around that time for the most part.
And how did you feel? Like, did you feel like you want to address certain things? Did you feel like you wanted to step away from them? Like, I don't know.
Definitely a little bit of both, to be honest. However, a little on the younger side. I got a brother. He like 11 years older than me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's my mom, my grandma. It's just us. Like, we kind of like a small knit family. I got a couple cousins here and there, aunties, uncles, but we not really close. Like, we're a dysfunctional family. So. Some of them do drugs. Some of them sell drugs. Some of them addicted to alcohol. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just, you know what I'm saying? Life, like, real, you know what I'm saying? So, it's kind of like, growing up and as I'm getting older and I'm seeing things unfold, it's kind of like I didn't know what I wanted or who I wanted to be, but I know what I didn't want to be. But then it's just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, who am I, little old me, to say something? And it was just kind of like, you just go to school, do what you got to do, you know what I'm saying, to make the best life that you can for yourself. So when you say, like, if I want to address things or, just a little bit of both. But
So I did an episode by myself about dysfunctional families a while back, a couple years ago. And I told this story about how I had a friend. She always wanted to hang out on the weekend.
Okay.
So my family, every weekend, my dad would take us to go out to eat and to the movies, or movies, eat, whatever. But those two. And she would want to hang out. And every time she hung out, I'd be like, I can't come. I'm hanging out with my family. And then one day she was like, why you always with your family? And I said, I said, but at the time I'm a kid. I don't know. They want to hang out. Like, I don't know. But it took for like us to grow up, and she pulled me to the side and was like, you know, she was like, our family don't do that. Like, I really did like, I never saw like what y'all be doing. Like, I feel like cause it's just, I have like an outskirts of family, but my stepmom, dad, sister, and 2 brothers, like, I want to say we're all very close. Like, you know, we all got a group chat, good morning, we tell each other what's going on type of thing. I don't want to say we call each other every day, but we all do check in on each other and everything.
For sure.
And, you know, sometimes that's all you really need in a sense. Mm-hmm. But dysfunction comes in different ways. Like, I tell people all the time, just because you have a two-parent household, that does not mean that everything is peaches and cream.
I done seen it.
So, I don't know. I feel like dysfunctional families sometimes. I told I was just on the phone with my homeboy earlier, and I told him once you get, because he's a little younger than me, I told him once you get a little older and you see that you have free will and you don't have to be around certain family members.
Okay, now.
You will see exactly what you want to do and what you don't want to do.
Yeah, yeah.
You're going to see what type of parent you're going to be based off of what your parents doing. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, no. I was just telling my sister, and my daddy watched my podcast, so he's going to look at me crazy when I say this. I tell my sister all the time, I feel like whenever I feel like I need space from my parents,
okay,
they will not hear from me just off of my mental health, if that makes sense.
Respectfully.
Yeah, because it's like, yes, you're my parents, but I'm still a person too, and I'm still an adult too.
Okay.
So, you know, it's not that, if that makes sense.
So what about, you know, because, you know, parents are parents, the worrying aspect. I just want to make sure you're okay. Like, if you, like, you go cold turkey for however long that consists of, or like they call, you don't answer, send a text, I'm good, I'm okay. Like, what that look like for you? I don't want you to get in trouble though now.
So I want to say I'm probably the one that's always on the go. Mm-hmm. Like today, I was just with my dad, and he was like, I say, hey, I can't be here too long. I got something to do. When they call, I answer. When they text in the group chat, I answer. But it's more so like I be needing me time.
Yeah.
Because, you know, we all go through our own things. Not necessarily saying I'm going through things, but sometimes I just want to worry about me. Mm-hmm. You know.
That's
so
good,
I don't want to deal with nobody else's emotions but mine, if that makes sense. I'm a Gemini too, so I be having a lot of. Oh, why you laughing?
They hate us, bro.
Oh, you a Gemini too. That's good. Yeah, I'll be having a lot of emotions, and I be real. My feelings are deep, so it's like, you know, I can't. No.
Nah, I feel that, and I asked that because my mom called me. I moved out on my own, like maybe like a year ago, last year February. So, but other than that, I've been with my mom all my life. So she called me mostly every night after work. I get off at 11 at night, so you know it's late. You know she want to make sure I make it home. Even on my off days, sometimes I see the phone ring, I don't answer. Like I'm good. Like, or even I had a long day at work, and half of the time I say hello, girl. Let me tell you how to. Like she don't say, how you doing? Nothing. So you know what I'm saying. But other times, like when I don't answer or I don't send a text, when I do call, but you can at least send a text message and let me know you all right. You can at least let me know you made it home. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say, like, do you just go cold turkey or do you at least send a text or? So I used to do that. And then my sister called me and was like, you need to share your location with everybody right now. I said, okay. So we all have each other's locations. So if push comes to shove, they can look and see if I'm home or I'm at work. Because I really do be a ghost. What they say about Geminis be true. So that's real. I really do be a ghost. All right, cool. So I'm going to stop this real quick, and then I'm going to look at the questions. I didn't know you were a Gemini. Oh my gosh. Are you a May Gemini or a June Gemini? May. A May Gemini? Now make me scoot the shell over, man. My brother's a May Gemini and he's crazy. So June Gemini is better? We're the fun ones. We're chill. I don't know. I mean, I never really. I don't meet Geminis often. For real?
I don't.
Man.
I don't.
I do at work. Like, thing that the whole real lobby is Gemini's, honestly. Every shift. A couple of people's birthday in May. And June, of course, but
I don't meet no Geminis at all.
I know we the most hated every time it comes. What's your zodiac? Something's like, oh, Lord.
They hate us.
Yeah.
But they love to be around us.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Okay, let me see. Ooh, okay. You ready?
Yeah.
How does growing up in a dysfunctional family affect you as an adult?
How does growing up in a dysfunctional family affect me as an adult? That's a good question. Because to be completely honest, like I say, like I couldn't really tell that I had a dysfunctional family until like I say between my sophomore and senior year in college, because growing up, like I had a real childhood, the best childhood ever. Like you couldn't really tell. But then again, you know what? Okay, I'm gonna get to that. But I'm saying like Christmas came, presents under the tree, the basketball goal, the PlayStation 2, the Maddens. You know what I'm saying? Like every Jordan that came, like I had a real childhood. But you know, on the flip side, like I say, some of the things that I went through, some people did drugs, some people sold drugs. You know what I'm saying? So I come from the police, jump out on the street, police knocking at the door. You know what I'm saying? Pull up, kicking the door down, guns. Like I come from that. So as an adult, I don't want nothing but peace. Like you sell drugs, you gang bang, you carry guns. Like I don't want to be around none of that. You know, respectfully, like, cause it is what it is. But that's about it as far as how a dysfunctional family affects my adulthood. Just most so in that area and that aspect of it.
You just want peace.
Yeah, that's it.
That's really good.
Yeah, that's it.
That's really good. Somebody asked me like what was my aspirations in life when I was I forgot where I was at. And I said I just want to be happy, physically, mentally, emotionally. I just want to be happy. Like that's it.
Nothing more, nothing less.
Yeah. So that's really good. I think because I don't want to say I had a dysfunctional family, but I do think that there are certain aspects. Like I felt like I was like really emotional as a child.
Yeah.
So I felt like I didn't know how to articulate my feelings, and I feel like my discernment was real good when I was a kid, so I can kind of pick up on things. So it makes me more not sheltered, but like guarded, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Because I know that by me being too sensitive, it made me feel like my feelings weren't safe to say, because I didn't want nobody to feel like, oh, she got an issue with something. And I always tell my friends, I'm not wrong, I'm just early. So I feel like my discernment be on point. I'm just really early, so it just seemed like I'm nitpicking at people.
Yeah.
When ultimately it's really what it is, and
I know what I'm talking about. Yeah.
So I think now as an adult, it makes me hyper independent too. Like it makes me want to do everything I want to do. It makes me want to be the best at what I do. It makes me. It's a weird dynamic. Like I gotta be doing something. So I'm learning to slow down now and just like relax.
All right. So how do you express yourself now? Like when how do you really release your emotions and stuff?
Release my emotions. I thought of ChatGPT. Honestly though, I just go out and do the stuff that I say I want to do, and I don't wait on people no more.
Okay.
Yeah, and I feel like I'm a very busy person. I don't know how to describe it. Like I'm unapologetically me, if that makes sense. So I really go do what I'm finna do. Like one day my daddy called me, "What you doing today?" "I'm on a boat." "A boat?" Like he was just like, "Wasn't you just at home?" Yeah, I wanted to
just that quick.
So it's just I told my daddy I went to the movies for Valentine's Day. I was like, I'm celebrating Valentine's Day by myself, and he was like, "Okay, what did you do?" I said, "I went to the movies." The movies, like I don't know. I go places by myself. Honestly, I think that's how I heal. I do everything I said I want to do with or without anybody.
That's real now.
So,
Yeah. Oh, speaking of movies, that's when I knew. I knew I was here when I went to the movies by myself. Like, I could do a lot of stuff by myself. I'm a loner. Like I say, my only is just me and my brother. He 11 years older than me. So, you know what I'm saying? We live two different lifestyles. So, like, I always had, like, small friend groups growing up. Or, like, I was popular via social media. I would throw parties and stuff like that. But I'm a loner for real. So, I never really ran with large crowds.
Yeah.
So, like, you know, a couple of relationships here and there, bad experiences, you know, getting hurt and stuff. And I just, you know, getting older. I'm learning to maneuver, do things alone. But when I went to the movies, because, like, I love basketball. So, it don't matter. If a good game coming on tonight, I go to the bar by myself. I go to Chili's. It don't matter, L House, wherever. I go to the bar, grab me a seat, drink, eat, watch me some basketball. But when I went to the movies, it's like, why am I sitting in this big old theater?
Yeah, when you really sitting with yourself, yeah. You
by myself watching the movie, bro. Like, I say, okay, yeah, I'm there. I don't need nobody with nothing. Like, I'm good.
Yeah.
So
that's good. And the movies is just like, I don't know.
I could do that at home.
You could, but it's an experience, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you know, I don't know how to describe it because I used to always go to the movies with somebody.
That's a day. I mean, you go with your friends, your homies, if you want to see something coming out, Bad Boys, this, that. But, like, you know, more so it's for a date night. Like, hey, let's go movies, eat, whatever. So when you go by yourself,
it's different for sure. Very different. So, why do so many strong people come from a chaotic household?
Oh man, I want to say because that'd be your only option. Like,
gotta make it up.
Yeah, with everything that you went through or seen or heard or felt, you know what I'm saying? It just all tied to one, and it builds perseverance, and character.
Yeah.
And you just got to show up for yourself, and sometimes you be having to show up for the people around you.
Yeah.
So you don't have no choice. So the things you experience, you know what I'm saying, and come across, you don't got no choice.
I get it. It was this girl on TikTok. She was saying that in dysfunctional households, your family will resent you for not wanting to be around them. And she was saying that her dad, they see her dad as the golden boy. Like, he always helps the family. He give money to the family. He works hard, whatever. So he in good graces with the family, but the family run him ragged. Like, they always calling him. It's always something. You know, he comes to save the day, and he is drained. As opposed to her uncle, he got a nice job, and he moved away from the family, and he's thriving with no issues. I'm a firm believer in you can cut your family off too. I mean, you can cut your family off. It just sounds stressful to me. Everybody relying on just solely her dad to do things. And the uncle was like, oh, nah. And it's not even my responsibility because in a family, like, y'all should want to come together and do stuff. And it shouldn't be just one person or a couple people in the family trying to, like, help the family. Like, I don't know, like, my family, because the Roberts, we was like a lot. It's like a lot of us. We used to have Christmas parties every year for Christmas. So everybody rent out a big hall or whatever. So now that, you know, the older people are slowly, you know, passing on and stuff like that, they want the younger kids to do the same thing. But it's just like, no, we're not doing it. No. So it's just like we losing recipes, basically.
I feel that.
All because of, you know, family strife and whatever is going on. So nobody want to come together. But I feel like, honestly, I'm really good with just my immediate family.
Really?
I'm really just good with us.
Okay.
So,
that's a real thing. And, like, I don't want to, you know, just sit up here and just make it seem like I'm just slandering my family because they are very supportive of me and one another. Like, if we get together on some holiday or, you know what I'm saying, whatever, you know, we show up, we do come together, and I cherish and I value those moments like no other. I was like one of the first ones to graduate college.
That's good.
You know, so all my family came to that. I graduated for corrections, you know, like I say, so they very supportive and stuff. You know, they proud of me. I get that. I get the messages. I love you and stuff like that. I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna say I don't. But being that strong person at the same time,
it's a
call
lot.
Diamond. Can you do this? I need that. Do you mind? You free? You a better, like,
Yeah.
It get there too.
But what's crazy is about the strong person is, yeah, nobody is calling to see how you doing mentally, physically, emotionally. You're calling me about an issue, and I'm walking you through that issue and being there for you as best as I can. But at least ask me how I'm doing.
That
Do
part.
I need help? Am I okay?
Yeah.
Did I have a good day? Stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because that really matters ultimately. I like when people ask me how I'm doing mentally, because sometimes mentally I'll be overstimulated, you know, or emotionally.
They'll never know.
Exactly, because I know how to, you know, keep myself together. But at some point, I should have a safe space to where I can let my hair down and just, you know, be vulnerable, if that makes sense.
Right, right.
So,
now that's true. And I don't like saying no. You know what I'm saying? I don't really know how to say no. So even if it's like a little inconvenience, or I can just kind of like maneuver my way through whatever you need, sometimes, most time, I'm going to say, yeah, I'm going to show up. I'm going to go out my way. I'm going to, you know what I'm saying, put what I'm doing on hold. Or 9.5 times out of 10, I'm going to do that. Mm-hmm. You know, I might have my whole day lined up. Mind you, we only get 2 off days. Mm-hmm. Other 5 days, I'm working. Sometimes doubles. Like, I'm tired. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to regroup, get ready for the next week. Whatever I need to do for myself, even if it is going to happy hour, whatever. Like, but call, I'm going to try to fit in what you need. I'm going to try to fit what you need in my schedule some way, somehow. Because I can. You know what I'm saying? So why would I say no? But I get what you're saying, too, you know, just to check in, because I be hungry. So if you cook,
come give me a plate. No,
let me know how it is. I got you a plate, cut through. I'm coming.
Yeah.
Like, bills be real. I'm working overtime. I need a couple extra dollars.
Yeah.
I don't care. Little lunch money, $40, whatever. Straight. But, you know. Oh.
It really do be like that. And I feel like being a strong person, people put you on a pedestal. So it's like, if you do say no, you gonna really, I don't know. Me, I've learned to say no. And then, like, if I feel like if I tell you no and the vibes change, I'll be gone. Because that means you really wasn't around me for me. You was around me for what you can benefit from me.
Okay, now.
So, I don't know. I just try to. I'm learning from when I got baptized. I've been reading the Bible more, and I'm learning that reciprocation goes a long way.
Okay.
And I feel like it shows your place in somebody else's life. Like, you value me as much as I value you. So, yeah, no. But the one thing I can say about dysfunctional families is it's a imperfectly perfect dysfunction, if that makes sense.
Nah.
Because it made you really who you was, and it made you want to become whoever you wanted to become. So everything happens for a reason. Everything doesn't happen for a reason, and I feel like I don't know who I would be if I wasn't. Because I'm not saying my family's dysfunctional, but I don't know who I would be if I didn't go my same route, if that makes sense.
No, yeah, it does.
So
it does. And I love my little dysfunctional family, you know what I'm saying? Like I say, I cherish and value every time that we get to get together, which is very, very seldom, like very seldom. But it's us, it's family, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't have it no other way with nobody else. But the fact of the matter still remains too. And I don't like saying no as well, because everybody needs somebody. Like, I ain't gonna sit here and make it seem like I'm just, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm the only one that they need, or whatever the case may be. Like, so when I do call you, I ain't even gonna lie, I kind of expect the whole world to stop. For real.
yeah. Oh my god.
For real, because I don't ask for much. So if I'm calling you, like, I need you. But, you know, I don't know, that probably sounded a little crazy, I ain't gonna lie. But
It didn't. How can I say this? I told my friend the other day, she was saying she don't be asking for much. I said, I'm gonna ask. I'm gonna not beg, but I'm gonna make it apparent. Because sometimes when you don't ask for nothing, people think you good.
Those mouths don't get fed.
To, like, be annoyed with somebody, like, you next to somebody you don't like, and, like, you gotta act like you mad, if that makes sense. Like, that's exhausting.
Yeah.
For sure.
It's too much energy into the wrong things. Negative energy. Like, yeah, so that's a real thing. Like you say, I know you used the word attention earlier.
Mm-hmm.
So you just, I don't know, transforming your whole outer appearance. I don't know, maybe for a couple likes, maybe for a comment, maybe for a couple eyes. Like when really, you know what I'm saying? Like when it's in you, you just walk in the room and it's love. It's compliments. It's, you know what I'm saying? Like it's laughs and smiles. You ain't gotta do all that extra stuff. Just be yourself. But it really just start within.
Some people can't be themselves because they don't even know. That's why I really pride myself in getting to know me inside and out, because some people can't do it. They can't. Yeah. And then when you sitting with yourself, you have to unlock the good with the bad. So some people may be a terrible person on the inside. You got to really unpack, why do I feel this way? And you got to take accountability. Yeah. Not a lot of people like to take accountability.
At all.
So no. It's a lot. I think at some point in your age, you got to want to do better for yourself. I said this earlier, you got to want to do better for yourself and get out of whatever trauma you dealing with, if that makes sense. Because you're going to be 45 saying that my mom treated me so bad, or you're going to forgive your mom and forgive yourself and then just move on with life. That's easier said than done, but you know.
That's real now. Mm-hmm. That's real now. And at some point you should be tired, and you can't keep using it as an excuse, because the way your mom treats you or whatever trauma you have from your childhood, you projecting that on other people that ain't do nothing to you, that's really trying to love on you, that really care about you. And now they getting the backlash from the stuff you ain't healed from years ago. And that ain't right. That ain't fair. And I make you like an ugly person. Because now we not even talking about appearance. Like I say, I don't care how, made up you is or whatever. If your heart ugly, your attitude ugly, your spirit ugly, you ugly. So that's just that. You really just got to do the inner work, the underlying work that nobody see. The long nights, the crying, the praying, the journaling. You got to do it all. You got to do that inner work for real. Yeah. Get yourself intact, and then everything else around you will just flow. Yeah.
For sure. This was so good. It felt so peaceful. I don't know.
It's just flowing.
So good. It was. It was so good. Do you have any more questions before we go?
Trying to see. So I wanna know what. I'm gonna go back on the topic of healing real quick. How do you know that you are healed? If you are healed, or how did you know when you were healed? Like how did you know? I know I said when I went to the movies, I mean realistically, but not realistically. But how did you know?
So healing isn't linear. So you're gonna be healing for the rest of your life, because you're gonna be put in situations where sometimes you need to heal yourself, or you're gonna go through trials and tribulations, basically. But I think the moment for me when I knew that I was on the right track of healing was how I handled situations and how I was alone with myself and how I spoke to myself. And there's one more. It's on the tip of my tongue. At my company. So I say company because sometimes you can be sometimes you serve your purpose with certain people. Sometimes it's just time to go. There are people here for seasons and people here for reasons. So, and me, I'm real hard-headed. So sometimes I got to bump my head a couple times to really figure it out. Yeah. So, once I start distancing myself from people and I know, okay, well, this ain't serving me. I don't want to be around this. It's not this isn't what I'm trying to do, basically. So if I can differentiate that, that's healing to me. And it's always good to give yourself grace and talk nice to yourself, because ultimately I got to deal with me when nobody else isn't around. So I don't want to feel like I don't know how to treat me either, if that makes sense, because I'm giving everybody the example of how to treat me. Yeah. So I try to make it a point to go get my hair done, go get my nails done, do something. Like, I always tell myself, like, I'm not working just to pay bills, if that makes sense. Like, I want to I want to do nice stuff for myself, and not just feel like I'm always just working to pay bills.
Yeah, or wait for nobody else to do it. Or
exactly.
feel like somebody else got. Somebody else got to do it.
Yeah. There was one more I said. I can't remember, but healing is a very, like, it takes time. Like, honestly, like when I first got my apartment when I was 24. I'm 30 now, so
that's what's up.
My first time living by myself, I did not like my own company at first. Did not. I wanted to be out in the streets with everybody, or I wanted everybody to come to my house.
Distractions.
Or I wanted the boy who I was dating to always come stay with me. Like, you could get a key. Like, I did not want to be by myself. Did not. I had pets. Did not want to be by myself. So one day, nobody was available for nothing. And that was God, like, stop it. So, one day I was in the room, and I just woke up with it, and I was just like, yeah, I don't want to really rely on nobody for my happiness, if that makes sense. So I just started doing yoga. I started working out. I started, trying to change my eating habits. I think around that time, I think I was at the jail. So it was just a lot of different things that I was doing. And from that moment up until, because I done moved like 3 times, child. So up until where I'm at now, it's very peaceful. I have a schedule. I make time for me. And I always listen to my first gut when it comes to people, places, and things. Because I pray for discernment, and I pray for God to bless me, but give me the wisdom to hold my blessings. Like, give me, like, how to contain them, if that makes sense. Like, because sometimes God will bless you when you can't even keep up with it.
You know what I'm saying? Gone. Woo.
Yeah. So
it's like, bro.
I pray for that a lot. But sometimes, I do get a little frivolous. So, but yeah, I just try to stay away from too much, because I know I can get consumed.
That's a real thing. Yeah. So, did you feel busy? You felt happy? Did you feel fulfilled? Like, when you had so much other stuff going around, like, did you feel like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is just how life's supposed to be. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
when all that stuff was going on, I felt busy. I didn't feel fulfilled. I felt like I was just busy.
Okay.
So when I slowed down and, was on my healing journey, I felt fulfilled. Like, I felt like I was at peace. Like, now I feel like I'm at peace. Like, I told my daddy earlier, after this podcast, I'm finna go home, eat this popcorn I stole from his house, and scrub my feet together on my couch.
That's peace.
It is.
That's peace.
I sleep more on my couch than I do in my room, because it's just like, all this is mine.
Yeah.
I was just on the phone with my homeboy earlier, and I told him, you done accomplished everything last year that you wanted to do. Give yourself grace, because sometimes we're sitting in our prayers and we don't even know it, because we on a fast track to try to accomplish all this stuff. Like,
Yeah.
So
that is indeed so true. And oh man, hold on, let me think for a second.
Take your time.
I'm trying to think of something I said. I can't think of it, but sometimes we just get so caught up in life and wanting more and bigger and better. It ain't until, one, either you lose everything, and so you don't realize, like, how much you had until you ain't got nothing. Or 2, what was number 2? Hold on. Dang. 1, either you realize, you lose everything, you don't realize how much you had, or 2, God damn. brain fart, but I really want to get this out. Okay, I got it right. So,
It's okay.
yeah. So, you don't really realize that you living in answered prayers until like one, like you lose everything and you ain't got nothing, or two, like you really just take a look at where you are compared to where you came from and realize, dang, 2 years ago I was asking for this. When I was a child, I wanted that.
Yeah.
Look at me now. I got this. You know what I'm saying? I got that. So like, if you so busy chasing more or what's next, like everything God bless you with, it just fly completely over your head. Like everything that you have been wanting, like you say, just living in answered prayers, it'll just pass you by.
Yeah.
And that's selfish. And that's ungrateful.
Yeah.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah. Oh my
But
gosh.
I could go on for on by many topics, so like we can just sneak up any other time. Whatever, you know what I'm saying? But it ain't gonna keep you all night. So
Well, this was really good.
yeah, for sure.
This is really good. Okay,
yeah.
so I'm gonna do an outro, and you're gonna introduce yourself again, and then go Instagram, and we're gonna cut. Right?
All right.
Okay, so thank you for watching Aesthetically Pleasing Podcast. Again, I have my guest,
Cole, DC, whichever one you want to call.
And where can they find you on Instagram?
That's Soul Rich. That's Soul SOUL .R1CH2.
You can also find me at the real Dream Girl _ on Instagram and Deshaun Roberts on YouTube. Thanks for watching. See you guys later.
Peace out, y'all.